and then suddenly the whole SWAT team shows up. All these
Oh, no.
like cops show up, and I think they're showing up on my house, but no, they're showing up on my neighbor's house. And it turns out that one of the neighbors that I put in another movie, they were there to get them, and it turns out that they were one of the largest GTA rings in the
Oh,
city, if
yeah.
not the state. Like it was this
Yeah.
guy.
Wow.
But I only used those guys for like a quick scene for that they were basically guys who were partying at a strip bar, and because they told me, "Man, I want to be in your movie," and I didn't know that in a weird way
Yeah.
they kind of protected my house from ever being
Yeah.
broken into, because they,
Yeah.
I guess, it's so
Literally, yeah.
cool. It was like
That
art
is wild.
imitating life, imitating life, whatever it was. But and then after that, I had a lot of interest from people that were in that world wanting to meet me, or people that were trying to catch people in front of that world wanting to meet me as well, because they wanted to know, how do you do
Oh, yeah.
research? Where do you get all this stuff from? Like, and so I told them the majority of the stuff I got it straight from the headlines. It's straight from the Arizona Daily Star, which was the local newspaper.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. No, that's wild though. I like hearing that about the stories right there. I didn't know where you came up with this, because some of it seemed familiar, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
it came
yeah,
from real people down there, and it's straight from the headlines. And so
yeah.
it wasn't hard to imagine the stuff. I just needed to adapt it to with a character that had a motivation to trying to do something. I always want to
Yeah.
make sure that my characters have something like they're striving for. One, what do they fear? And two, uh, what do they truly want? Not just money, because that was the thing about La Venganza, for example. The guy didn't just want money. He wanted the money to use it for something. He wanted to get this
Yeah.
girl and her family. That's what it was, a tool, a means to, So there you go. So that was the early movies. But I learned a lot. Again, the movies, making no excuses, they're very rough, but at the end of the day, they really taught me a lot about just creating something that was watchable. And I knew that there's some audio. I mean, to this day, people are watching them over and over, and they're out there. But
No, I mean,
again,
that's
I'm
what I
a
was gonna
different
say.
filmmaker now.
I watched them. Yeah, I've watched them right there. Like for my limited Spanish, but still, I'm a fan. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
And again, it's like, think about like your early recordings, like the demo tapes. That's the other part of it. Like, even though I'm proud of them, 100% I'm proud of them, but it's like my early demo tapes that are just out there for anybody to see. So that's the only
Yeah,
aspect of it. That's why in the beginning I never used to bring them up. I never talked about them, because I'm like, I'm gonna be so far removed from them that the shit that I'm about to bring on is gonna be completely different, because I wanted to
yeah,
improve my art and my craft. So that's what it's about.
yeah,
So think about that. I don't know if you feel comfortable putting like your early stuff out there for people to check out, because that's not you
yeah,
anymore.
man.
But it is my
Yeah.
roots. That's, I did something with it. Oh.
But like I said, I'm gonna still try and find some of our cassette tapes, homie.
No,
I
I mean,
I
for
know I
that,
still
for
got them
our,
somewhere. Yeah,
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 yeah, to preserve our history and legacy, that's great. But yeah, so I got better stuff cooking up, and that's the one
yeah,
thing that I, for people to know, like, and my stuff's all over the place. Like, it's not just horror genre, like action thrillers. I do have that thing for thrillers. I feel like I can do a thriller. So by the way, I think I told you guys about that little short that I made, right? Like the little trailer that led to all this, right? Well, I'm gonna make that movie now, and it's called Christos, and it's coming together as a screenplay now, and I've been doing a lot of research about it. So hopefully that's going to become a movie that my son and I are co-writing as well. It's going to be a cool thriller about this assassin
yeah, yeah.
that works for a really shady cell that's part of the Vatican.
That's dope.
Yeah. But
Yeah, because I know some movies with subtitles and shit. Like one of my top 5 favorite movies is in Portuguese, City of God, and it's like I did read the
Ciudad, yeah.
subtitles
oh,
watching it, but it's to the point where I don't even need to read the subtitles by how the actors are acting and what's happening in the movie. I kind of know what they're basically saying without speaking the language. You know what I'm saying? But Spanish
That's a
don't really
badass
matter.
movie.
I know
I
they
mean,
had
City of God.
Snake
Yeah, I
Eyes
That's a
like that
in
one
joint.
too.
it.
That's a joint. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you got good taste, bro. Got good taste.
That's definitely. What about your top 5 movies? You got a top 5?
Lot or me? Okay, so man, uh, Definitely Apocalypse Now. Just that movie changed my life, man. You know, there's Goodfellas. Those two movies are amazing. I love this movie called Volver. It's by Almodovar, the Spaniard filmmaker. It's just really good movie by that Spanish director. Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa. That's one of my favorites, and Jojimbo by him. I would say they rotate. By the way, I always have ones come up to the top five. There's movies that I just can't stop watching. You know, but straight up, like for example, like I couldn't stop watching Malcolm X. I was watching that all the time. You know, just because I love the cinematography, I love the acting, I love the how epic it is. And so that was definitely part of my top 10, top 15, and yeah, man, you always find a movie that like Zodiac. Like Zodiac, I couldn't stop watching that movie. It's about the you know the serial killer,
Zodiac,
right? And so that's the Zodiac killer. So it's just amazing movies that there's something about them that you just can't stop. You're always learning something new, and of course, you know, like for me, meeting those directors, I got a chance, for example, to meet Spielberg on the making of West Side Story. And so I grew up watching his movies, and then I got a chance to meet him and shake his hand and actually watch him direct a movie. It was a musical, and I was part of a group, a delegation of experts about Latino culture, and they invited us over for a couple of days to check out the whole operation. It was being shot in the New York, New Jersey area, and it was amazing to see the master at work. So that's the difference now. Like I get a chance to now be a little bit closer. I don't get invited all the time. Don't think that I get passed all the time, but many times I do get invited to like festivals or the after parties or the like. Sometimes I get, but it just depends on the context. Sometimes they want my expertise. Sometimes they want me to invite Latino audiences to be part of that. But it's a thing that's always going to be. But anyway, to answer your question, those are my top joints, but they rotate.
So you met Spielberg, chopped it up with Spielberg.
Yeah, no, I mean look, man, that man's a giant, you know, in my regard. Like a lot of people, like if you haven't seen his movies, man, he's the master. And but meeting him also humanized him. Because when you grow up trying to get into this business and you meet someone like you're always dreaming of meeting someone like that. But when you meet him, it makes you realize, okay, he's also a human being. Like he puts his pants every day, just like one leg at a time, just like everybody else. He's operating on a different frequency, but at the same time, what I liked about meeting him is that he was generous, he was kind, he was warm, he was cool, he was accessible, and not a lot of directors are like that. Because by the way, I met a lot of directors that are not. There's few that they're still like humble. Like for example, Christopher Nolan. I met that dude in the UK. I think it was in. We did a layover in Germany, and by some reason our plane was delayed because I was coming back from the Cannes Film Festival. I don't know if he was on our same flight or a different flight. He was hanging out there, and I was like, "That's fucking Christopher Nolan. I got to say hi to this dude." And I usually never do that. Oh, that's another thing. You know how it is probably in the music business. Same. You never want to be the guy. Let's take a selfie and shit because they get kind of weirded out. But in this case, I felt like it was okay to approach him and be like, I respect your work. Would it be okay to take a photo? And then if they say no, leave them alone. But in this case, I felt like, why not? Let's go. And so I got a picture with them. But that was rare because usually I met other filmmakers that I never asked. But by some reason, I didn't ask Spielberg, for example, to take a photo with them because I rather enjoy being in the moment because I was watching him direct. And all the other people that were in my delegation, they were like, yo, how do you know all this stuff? It's like, because I prepare my whole life to be able to know all his body of work. So not that I was ready to meet him, but like I knew so much about the context and the lens and the scene that he was prepping that I was able to chit chat with him. And I was able to bring up something like, so now that you've done a musical, I think what's next is your Western, right? Because he hasn't done a Western. And he's like, how do you know? It's like, it's because if you keep up with the body of work, he's doing an homage to all the people that he grew up watching. And now he's doing his own version of those movies. And so meeting him was special. But again, let's call it validation. It was a validation moment for me, meaning that
I like that. Yeah.
Someday you'll be the guy, hopefully, humbly speaking, that you'll be the guy opening that door. And I've done it for 20 years in the Latino space and the BIPOC space. But hopefully I get to direct, me and my son get to direct and shoot all these movies. And maybe we'll be the ones kind of mentoring that next generation as well. Because we're actively doing it, but now we get to do that. So that's why you got to, we call it pay it forward, man. Pay it forward. Not only come up, but also pull up the next generation with you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Talk, yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Scorsese at all?
I would love to. I would love to. That's still evaded me a few times. Even though, by the way, I've seen him getting interviewed. I was like this far away from him because I was at the Tribeca Film Festival. I got to meet Deniro, but I didn't get to meet him because I got to meet Deniro the night before at a mixer. But then Scorsese and then they both interviewed each other at this Tribeca panel. I don't know, I want to say 6-7 years ago, and it was fantastic. But I realized that Deniro doesn't like to interview people. He just doesn't like to hear himself talk. So that's another thing that I've learned. He's very private. He just doesn't like talking. So the whole time, and by the way, I think he also interviewed, was it DiCaprio? I forgot who he interviewed, but he the whole time it was the other guy interviewing him because he's like, I don't even know what questions to ask you. So that was interesting. Yeah, so you are gonna meet. Oh, I met Spike Lee. I met a bunch of people, but not everybody's as friendly, to be honest.
Spike Lee seems like cool people, like down to earth. He seems like that type of person. I never met him, but it seems like from what I've seen and heard.
Yeah, no, there's like Damon Chazelle. Like, there's some people again are really really warm and they're cool. They'll remember interactions.
Yeah,
like
there's some that'll surprise you, and then of course there's some that not so friendly. Yeah,
the ones that are really interesting is like you have to really prepare is how to deal with actors, and that's a thing that I always tell people. Actors are a very special group of people, and you have to like be really conditioned to understand the mentality of an actor because they're playing a character on screen. And most people, when they approach an actor, they're thinking, "Hey, you're that guy." You know, like every single time they do this to Deniro, like, "Hey, look at me." You know, like, are you talking? Are you? So they're tired of hearing that shit. Same thing for Pacino. When you hear,
they don't want you to. Hey, say that one line. Say that one line. They're tired of hearing that same line.
Exactly. So with actors, when you meet them, they are themselves, and they're a complete different, human being. They're like guarded for the most part because they don't know, because especially in New York, I don't know why a lot of these elderly actors keep getting punched in the face. So they're afraid of, what are you going to do? Are you going to ask for an autograph or are you going to assault them? So they're very guarded. But what I've learned with actors, especially at that caliber, is like you have to interact with them, I would say, several times before they warm up to you and they finally are cool with you, and then they warm up a little bit. But you have to meet them in different contexts. So for example, let's say that you go hiking with a group, it happens to have an actor with them the whole time. They get to know you on that hike, and then they open up because they're like, "Oh, you're here for the hike. You're not here for me." And that's where I found the most about this actors and people with fame. The ones that, and no disrespect to influencers or people that are into the influencing game, the ones that have been very, very weird and difficult sometimes have been influencers of all people. And that to me is like weird because I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really on social media. Most of my channels are private. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not really interacting with people that have that level of fame or notoriety. Like, I don't really interact with that. And sometimes they're a little weird because they think that you're recognizing them for that. And I'm like, no. I was like, what's up? But I always treat everybody the same. So now the circle becomes big enough that people kind of know you from other people, and then they're a little bit chill. If you mention somebody that you know that they know, then they're cool with you. They're like, oh, by the way, I know somebody that know. Oh, okay, cool. And then they see you with them, and they're like, they open up. So now my interactions with these people, the ones that honestly, I think it's very smart to invest, building relationships with, is attorneys, agents, managers, executives, because those are the people that are negotiating the contracts. They're the people that want to. You got to give them a reason to fight for you. Like, if they like you, not that it's gonna make all the difference, but if you are someone that's nice, but not just being nice, you're firm about what you want in life and and goals and career and about projects. It's really important for them to see you as a human being that they can relate to. you don't want to wait to get to know them until you're cutting the deal and signing that deal on paper, because that's too late. By that point, they're trying to get the most out of you, or you're trying to get the most out of them. It's not a very friendly situation. But if you build a relationship, you might want to go and do that deal again and again, or maybe come up next level. And so that's what I recommend with people. Get to know. I'm sure that you guys hear this all the time. Be nice to the PAs, the production assistants, right? Imagine the people that were not nice to me on that shoot where they left me on that horse with fake blood running on my mouth for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, where's everybody at? Yeah.
You see what I mean? So be nice to those folks, the ones that are willing to break their back for you. And so I'm always nice to the people that clean the building, because my dad used to clean and my mom was a chambermaid. I'm always nice to everybody, and you get to know them because they know really what's going on. And the assistants and the secretaries, everybody, you get to know them, and those people are going to become executives. They're going to become the bosses at some point. So it's always important to treat everybody with respect. So that's basically been my motto and my ethos and my mantra. Like, just try to navigate, and then never get too big for your head. Like, it don't matter if you did a $1 million movie or whatever, bro. There's always going to be bigger than you. LA is one of the in New York, I'm sure, places where millionaires fight with billionaires. Like, it don't matter. Like, there's always going to be a bigger thing to conquer. So stay chill, stay humble, It don't matter. Like, what is your legacy? What is it that you're trying to do? That's the ultimate.
That's good advice to live by, yo.
Yeah, man. No.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to be even people who are rude to you. I always say kill them with kindness.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Kill them with kindness, because they get weirded out if you're nice. They're like, holy shit, what are they trying to do? Are they gonna, maybe shank me in the back or something? It's like, I'm just nice. It's on you.
You always used to give me a hard time about that. You say I'd fuck with people, but you saw what I was doing where it wasn't. I wasn't being nice. I was like, I was fucking with them though.
No, but that's different. That's different. I'm talking about people that from the moment they meet you, they're hostile. That's different. Where they kind of want to get you. I'm talking about those people. I'm like I'm nice to them because I want to fill them out, because they don't know how to respond to someone that's being nice. And they're like, what the fuck? And sometimes people interpret kindness with weakness, and it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the part I never. Yeah, but I was never like overly that way. Yeah, my thing is that's when I'd give them the comedy and shit. I'd be like, fuck with them. I'm like,
yeah, but that's different. Yeah, that's a character doing this thing. You have a specific, thing that you have to run it by. Like, you have a script. You got to be the guy that disrupts. You got to be the jester, bro. Ass no pants.
Yeah.
Blatonio is not so funny. Blatonio's serious.
Yeah.
We had a couple of MCs that tried to come at us and try to like blackball us for certain guests. Didn't want certain guests on here and shit like that. And then we sent no pants after him. That was our response. We sent no pants. He dropped the diss track. No pants can turn him in, or Blatonio can turn him into a character. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, they're all over fucking this character that sounds and kind of looks like them, but acts just like them and shit. And then it's kind of funny and shit. We even kind of like got cool with certain people, MCs, legends and shit in this hip hop.
Well, I think Ben's familiar with one of them. Yeah, if I think I told him about Talib Kweli. Yeah.
Yeah, you're always going to have somebody that's not a fan of your work, but it's okay. Like, somebody will get it. Sacha Baron Cohen, man, he was pissing people off left and right. So, like, at the end of the day, you gotta do your thing. Not everybody will get the humor, and if they're too serious, man, hey, that's your frequency. That's whatever. That's your thing.
That's what I think is wrong with a lot of the younger generation is they're too sensitive. They take things to heart too much. Like, you got to take everything like comedy is comedy. You got to think like that. You ain't gonna go see Eddie Murphy and if you're some kind of like uppity, I'm no diss to the Christians or anybody, any religion, but if you're a real religious person, you know what I'm saying, and you're pushing it on people, you're not going to want to go to an Eddie Murphy show. I'm just using Eddie as an example because I'm a big Delirious fan.
Eddie's a good example, man. Detroit, rapping all the way. And look, he's now getting the last laugh, isn't he? He's getting the last laugh because of all this shit that happened, all this, specifically the people that he used to make fun of. Some of them are still sitting in jail, or they came out of jail because he knew about them. He knew that they were not good people. Everybody was judging someone like Richard Pryor, right? Richard Pryor was his mentor, right, or his idol in the beginning, right? He told him exactly how to feel about Bill Cosby and all of that. So at the end of the day, you got to kind of like pick your. But okay, so you pick your idols, you pick all that, but at the end of the day, you're growing too. So sometimes some people say never meet your heroes because you might be disappointed. So it's like what happened with me with Spielberg. I was glad to meet my hero, but at that point in my career, I humanized him enough that I was like, this is what I should do from this point on. They're my peers. They're at the highest level possible. They're almost like a 10 level black belt master guru, he levitates, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still maybe a brown belt. I don't even know what the fuck. By the way, I'm not even there. I'm a rookie. I'm a grasshopper. I don't even know what the fuck. I'm not even a larva. Whatever it is. I'm a little thing. I was one cell organism compared to this dude. But I'm not comparing myself. At the end of the day, I'm like, guess what? It's better because I never said I'm a fan. I've stopped saying that shit. I never say I'm a fan. I always say I admire your work, and I will
stop the feelings. Stop the feelings.
I basically say I want to collaborate with you. As a colleague. I say as a colleague, and you're like, well, you don't belong in the same solar system as this dude or whatever.
Yeah, don't stop
but
that
at the end of the day, yeah. No, and again, secretly, I might be like a little nervous or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? Everybody's gonna leave some sort of legacy, or they want to. And at the end of the day, it's different. Like whether you say like, here's the thing about Spielberg that a lot of people don't know about. When you go to Universal Studios and you pay that ticket, he gets a cut out of every single Universal Studios ticket, man. That's a boss move. And to me, I admire that equally as his movies because he was able to get some of the best entertainment attorneys to guard his stuff. So, fun fact for people that are watching this, like, that the Jaws character, the shark, that it was a mechanical shark, right?
Yeah, Bruce.
The nickname Bruce, where does it come from? That Bruce nickname comes from his attorney,
that was his lawyer,
entertainment attorney. And that guy, he negotiated deals for him and Lucas. He was the guy that with the other merchandising deal for Star Wars. When Lucas was fighting for that, he's like, I want to own the toys. I want to own all this merchandise. That's my area. I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna self-fund my stuff, like everything from Empire to Return of the Jedi, all that. That's my shit. Lucasfilm is gonna own that. So at the end of the day, his attorneys went toe-to-toe. It was, I think, 1-10, or like the ratio was 1-10, and he was able to keep them up. Like they were, I think they went like almost 2 full days of negotiating over all the rights deals. And why did I pay attention to that? Because remember, my first deal, I didn't get a Bruce. I didn't have a Bruce. I didn't even read enough about contracts and clearance and copyright. But to learn that about Spielberg and Lucas and all these guys, I'm like, that's how a boss moves. That's how you got to like make sure you know your shit too, or have someone that can do that stuff for you. So that's the way that I like to operate. Like, it's not enough to just have the desire. You have to put the plan in action. You remember all this shit that people say, I'm a self-made man. I don't believe in that shit. Everybody says I'm a self-made. The fuck out of here. Yeah. Nobody's a self-made man or woman. It's a whole village that's uplifting you. Like your nana, your tata, somebody like is advising you. So I always think you're only as strong as the team that you have around you, and they're the ones that are going to hook you up. So when it comes to, again, the Spielbergs, or in this case on the hip hop side, on the music side, guess what? Look at who their mentors were. Like look, follow that kind of like, who did they follow? Who was their mentor? Like, I think at some point JC was hanging out with Warren Buffett. Why? Why was he hanging out with that guy? Because he's trying to figure out the money thing. Now, whether they're good people or bad people, that's something you got to figure out, right? Like, now this whole thing is breaking. The scandals are breaking. That's going to be something else. But I think it's important to establish, like, I think the legacy of an artist is going to be defined by what type of ecosystem you help to create. And you got to make sure it's strong so it can outlast things, So, but then again, I respect the artist that has a small run of like LPs, you know, whatever, and vinyl. Maybe only 3 people listen to your record, but I also respect that the artist that can sell billions of dollars. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to have the different people that you admire and people that can. You're gonna have to create your own ecosystem where you're gonna have to be the artist that can keep creating, and hopefully you leave a legacy for your family. I think there's nothing stronger that you can live behind is artwork that people can check out. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's dope. It's something you
absolutely.
said that when you first started saying that, it's something I like, reminds me of something I say a lot, that one back about 20 years ago, I was in the studio with Slum Villages, one of their producers in Detroit, which is a platinum selling rap group. And we're in there and he was like telling us, like, look, you can't these people are your, if Eminem walks in here right now, this is like 2005, I think, 2000.
Oh yeah,
He was
like
like,
we
you
said, yeah.
can't be like a fan, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, what up, M? What up, man? If Michael Jackson walks in, you gotta be like, what up, though, Mike? What up, Mike?
Yeah,
You
can't act like
if
the
you ever want
larger
to be
than
on
life.
that
Yeah.
level, you can't be that fan like that. You can be a fan, but when you're around these people, you gotta, I mean, you're on the same level. You gotta be on that same level. And OG told me that a
100%.
long time ago in the music game. They told me that, like, doesn't matter who walks in the studio, you just gotta,
Yeah.
you can't fan out. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had
You
that
can.
mentality. I've always had that where when I meet people, I'm not the type that like, let's take a picture and all that. We do sometimes, but it happens. But it's more I'm trying to chop it up with me.
And they respect you too on the because they see you. It's your work ethic. It's your work the you know that they see and that they respect.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So I don't know if how was this, guys? I first time coming on, so I hope your
I was gonna
audience.
say, man, did you have a good
Yeah,
time with us? That's what I want to ask you
yeah,
first.
I did. I mean, you know, to me,
Yeah.
the number one thing is connecting with Detroit, Michigan, and obviously, you know, looking at the Midwest. Like it's a whole area of the country that I love to travel more. I love to explore more. I love to interact more because it's important to know where a lot of this movements are coming from, whether it's music, culture, you know. Life like amazing perspectives that are coming on. So to me, that the fact that you guys accepted someone like my homie, like, you know, Mike, he was able to feel welcome there and he thrived there and he brought back some of that fire with him. I appreciate that. You know, I think he's a stronger artist because of you guys. I think he's a stronger, you know, his character was shaped by all his experiences, and I know his Detroit experience really helped him out a lot. So I'm thank you for embracing this dude. You know,
Oh, no
you know,
doubt.
we're
Man,
all
I'm
making
I
thank
impact.
you.
appreciate that right back, man. Yeah, man, it's about you, man. Like, I want to, you know, I appreciate that right back. But it's like, man, no, for real, you know,
Yeah,
that
so
means a
I
lot.
feel that
About the
same
technical
energy. I feel that
difficulties.
welcome
Yeah,
energy.
I
I feel that.
apologize
yeah.
about the technical difficulties. When it gets close to winter, our fucking weather is bad out here. You know what I'm saying? So
All good, all good, all good.
we're
Oh, they
dropping
cut
down
out.
below
Oh, they cut
freezing.
out.
Yeah, I know. I always mess with. Well, Blato, you're up here now. You're up here in Ohio right now, so you're
Yeah, I'm in Ohio
experiencing a
now.
little. You're
Yeah.
close.
But yeah, no. What I was saying is like bringing it back to Ben right there was like, you know, like, yeah, no, I'm just humbled by that. And what I mean, but you see how it's mutual right here. But that means a lot,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, what you're doing that, you don't have to do that, man. It's like, man.
No, I like that you was the. When I'm gonna start calling you the Slim Shady of Tucson.
Yeah.
I never even
It
thought
was.
about it that way, you know.
Hey,
Yeah, I
No,
buddy,
just
well,
that's
never
it
your
was
did.
to
character
me.
right there. You got to come up with that character, dog. You got to come up with that character. In
The Slim
Detroit, they'll
Shady.
embrace that character too. They'll embrace it here in Detroit. They'll embrace it.
Hey, if I didn't rap with this dude, who knows if I would have picked up a camera or any other instrument, you know, or produce and all that. Like one thing leads to another, man. You know what it was? Straight up. That, again, I know this is about this conversation, but you got to have someone in your corner that can validate what you're doing.
Right.
That's it. And if you don't have that person, man, it's like you're always wondering in your head.
Right.
So validated that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
No doubt. No doubt.
I,
No, it was definitely an honor to have
I,
you
I
on here.
I
I'm
really
glad you
thought you
came
was
on.
gonna mention the name right there because I thought it was like, oh wait for it.
No, I
Or were
can go
you?
there if you want, but we'll leave it for another
No,
podcast. We'll leave it for
because
another
I was about to
podcast.
do it right back to you. I was
Yeah,
about to
yeah,
do it
yeah,
right
yeah.
back to you. Yeah. Just as you guys know, this will go on forever. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope, though, because I'm glad, like,
I
you guys
mean,
reunited, kind
hey,
of like, I know you guys seen each
the
other in
jewels are
Dominican.
in your corner there, Ben. Always.
Hey, there's a
The
care
jewels.
package coming. You already know. You
And
already know.
the shells will always wash up on the
Yeah.
shore.
I'm looking forward to this surviving Ben Lopez too and shit.
Yes,
Yeah, that
Survivor
tour.
Ben Lopez will be coming soon.
You
Taraki's
know,
told me a lot of
Yeah,
horror
you and
stories.
Tarak were
I
talking
believe
a
the
lot
that.
about
parody
that.
doc. The
Yeah,
fake
I mean,
documentary
like the
coming out. I
auditorium,
love it.
at Catalina High School, man, it was
So who's doing the music soundtrack for that? Is that No Pants or
might even
awesome?
have a guy Miguel like part of it. No, I'm kidding. No, we don't gotta go there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, shit, guys. Well,
Oh
it's been good. Any questions, or are we good? What do you guys think?
yeah. No, actually, yeah. Anybody else, real quick before we jump off? No, like we appreciate you coming on for this long, man. For real. Like,
No, like I said,
Oh,
I'd have to scroll up. There was some questions, and then I see like somebody asked,
yeah,
"How
no,
old you were?"
I
I
wanted to
said,
make sure
"Same
first
age
and
as
foremost,
Blatonio."
Ben, is
So
that you had a good time with us, and
for
that we
sure,
weren't taking up.
100%. No, I did, bro.
We want
I
to keep
did.
it
Yeah.
professional. Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
good. It's good. It's just because I can't see. I don't know where the questions are. So I just did the screen where I see the three
Take
of
one.
you.
yeah,
Yep.
they're on
So I
Yeah.
wasn't
YouTube.
sure.
We're streaming on YouTube live right now. So yeah, you after the interview, you can go back and check out the what they were saying
Awesome,
in the
awesome.
chat.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah. I'll
thanks
send it to you
everybody
too.
for
I'll
watching.
send you the live after. Yeah.
I guess I just want to thank everybody, man. Like take the time, whether it's live or after it's posted, fully on YouTube. Just want to thank people for taking the time, and I just hope they're inspired and they continue to follow you guys and keep growing that community, man. You guys are global now, right? So let's
Yeah,
go.
we appreciate that. We appreciate the
Sky's the
game you
limit.
shared.
For
There
real.
was
And
you shared a
we'd
lot
love
of
to have you
game.
back though too. Because like
For sure.
you do have some things in the works, like from, if I can say this much, that you do have like a movie in the works right now. You were talking to like a producer, if that's okay for me to say.
Yeah.
And
A few
yeah,
things, a few
so
moves. Yeah.
yep,
For sure.
yeah. So we want you back on. Yeah,
Thank you,
No
brother.
doubt.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you for
yeah, man.
making me feel welcome, guys. And
You're all welcome,
till the
man.
next one. Till the next one.
Yeah,
And
No
big
doubt.
up
yeah.
Detroit, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Michigan,
shout out to
Detroit,
Ben
Cincinnati,
Lopez.
Ohio,
Make sure you
Yeah,
check
Midwest,
out
you
his
can hit me up
movies.
after if you want, man. If you ain't too busy, man, I
Houston.
can hit you up, or I can hit you up tomorrow. Either way, man. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow, bro.
Okay,
I'm
tomorrow
about
works.
to
Okay, let's.
I'm about to support actually a stand-up comedian right now. We're gonna go to their show right now because
Oh
they're
hell
trying
yeah!
to build an audience. Someone who's like took a little break and now they're starting again. So it's gonna be cool.
All right,
So
send them my way too. Yeah.
I'll get some
hell
of the
yeah.
titles of the movies from Blato too and put them in the description of the video after we're done too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Send them to me so that way I can,
and
yeah,
that way
get a
Awesome.
people
mention
can
in the
find your
whole thing.
movies. We do
Yeah.
have a big Latino following, and Cuban Link is a family of the show
Hell
as well.
yeah,
So,
Cuban Link.
yeah,
Cuban
he's
link.
our
Yep.
homie. And shit.
That's all
Grew
right.
up without. Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up. Oh, by the way, there the other rapper that I mentioned, from Calle 13, Residente, he came out in a movie
Just,
called The Summers at Sundance, and I got a chance to meet him. I think I guess to give you a little preview of what's to come, the same way that you had rappers, right, eventually start becoming actors. That happened a lot in the Black community, and now it's going to start hopefully happening in the Latino community. You're gonna have people like Residente now, start making that transition. So I can't wait. It's a renaissance. So right now it's just the beginning of it. So hopefully in the next podcast there'll be a few other ones that we recruited to get to go there. I mean, we have Fat Joe and all those guys that done some of that early pioneer work, but I really like what Residente is doing. So if you haven't heard of
yeah.
him, check out his music.
All right, no
Hell
doubt.
yeah. That's what's up. All right, man.
Awesome guys.
Well, much love, my
Thank you
brother.
so much.
I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow.
Yeah, much love.
Much love,
Salute,
guys.
Ben
Much love.
Lopez, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Appreciate it,
much love.
guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben
Salute.
Lopez. Make sure you check
Peace.
him out.
Ben Lopez in the building. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
No, it was a good interview. Due to technical difficulties, we had to do a part two, which I already edited the first one to part one. So shout out to everybody that came back from the part one, because I don't know what the fuck happened, but I had to hurry up and hit live again, and we just started live again. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I noticed Discord was fucking up from the beginning, so I don't know if maybe ever since that troll show, you know what I'm saying? I think it's about time we started a new
Yeah,
Discord.
that's probably what it is. We gotta start a whole new thing, yeah, with the Discord, a new Discord.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I mean, it ain't like we don't rock with these
So,
legends. We don't need Discord to contact any of the legends
uh,
we rock. You know
but
what I'm saying?
but no, I had a, especially like for myself, yeah, it's nostalgic. I'm gonna admit, you could see there was a lot of history right there. I didn't expect it to really kind of go back and forth where it was like it was kind of a shared podcast. That's what I want to say. Next time, I really want to focus more on Ben.
No, he shared some shit that we didn't know about, you, like the battle rapping. That you ain't think you
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
now
cause like,
you gonna start
yeah,
having to get into some of these battle leagues, though. You should go on there and roast Cap and Pain.
who knows? I might
I
have to,
paid the
but yeah,
track.
yeah,
We
but
had one.
as you see, like, yeah, but yeah, I guess yeah, you guys didn't know that, but I was like, I didn't even feel it, especially one thing, but yeah, that's somebody who knew me from day one. It's
I
yeah,
want to shout out the Rico Squad because I did see y'all in the building. Rico Squad. I did. Retard on the whole set. I think they.
yeah, much love to Jess out of that whole crew.
Yeah, I thought
No
it was kind of
apologies
funny
either.
because it
I'm not
was.
apologizing. I'm just saying much love to Jess. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny they tapped in on the comments during when we were trying to fix everything. And,
Oh, what?
we were playing the song "Retard" on the whole set, and that's
Oh,
when they started chatting.
oh man, that's probably what it was. It was just hoping that we was gonna keep talking about him,
Yeah,
maybe.
they tried to
No,
get
it didn't
right.
work.
They
And
tried
actually,
to
we
get.
don't even hate that dude.
And then shout out to King Troll, he tapped in. Shout out to Christopher Jordan, he's still in the building. Shout out to everybody that tapped in.
Yeah, shout out, King Trolls. Shout out, yeah, Christopher Jordan, all that, and actually, really, we get along with everybody and stuff. We just the thing is like, don't bring no serious bullshit in. That's
Like I said, we got zero tolerance for racism, for fucking
yeah,
zero
that's our
tolerance.
main thing. Is just like let's keep it moving. Like yeah, there's things going on, but there's ways to deal with it. Let's like let's keep it moving.
No doubt.
You know? Yeah, there's enough shit in the world, but don't take one side so seriously and stuff to where then it makes it problems where you can't find peace in the middle though. That's my main thing.
Peace in the
Personally,
Middle East.
was that?
I said peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, peace in the Middle East, and the belly of the beast, just all
Yeah,
that.
no
So,
doubt. So
so on the real, yeah, but yeah, no, that was pretty wild because I didn't realize, yeah, personally for myself, yeah, I didn't realize I was kind of doing the multiple personalities that far back. So, yeah.
I need to check to see who we got coming up next on the I'm trying to, oh
What do we
yeah.
got next?
First
You
off,
know, we got
let me
something.
put this up here on the screen.
I got bad habits, nigga.
Free Big Meech. Well, you ain't gotta say Free Big Meech anymore, because Big Meech is
Nope,
off. He ain't
he
in
is free.
Detroit right now, but he will be. So don't worry. But he's out. I ain't gonna say where he's at because I don't know if that was out to the public and all that. I got inside
Yeah,
resources that let me know and shit,
yeah,
but he is
he's
out.
free. That's all you need to know, and then hopefully everything going well. That's the main thing. Yeah. So, but definitely it was an honor having like my bro right there. Yeah, Ben Lopez. Check him out. He's got stuff out there. If you look him up as a movie producer, you can find it. 2B movies. They're gonna be in Spanish, so um, definitely you know,
Yeah,
with
I got this picture
you
up
know.
too, so you know. Blatonio Todd training for a rematch against Jack Frost.
All right, yeah, yes, be on the lookout. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, there, Jack Frost. I hope you're ready. I got a tag. I got a tag team partner, Dice. Dice got my back on this time around. He doesn't know it yet. Yeah, Dice is my tag team partner, and he doesn't even know it yet. But just saying. Yeah, but pretty much, yeah. Thanks everybody for tapping in. I had a good time with y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show because I think it was a little bit different too. Because we've had like different movie producer, all that kind of stuff, and yeah, you got to hear a little bit of different, well-rounded, story right there. Yeah, I didn't expect Ben to really go too much, onto me, you know. But definitely, I want you guys to focus on what he does now, as far as like doing the movie production. But that's a definitely a buddy of mine. That's a brother. A hood smoker at that too. No.
Happy birthday, Dice. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget that.
Happy birthday, Dice. Especially speaking of Dice, yeah. Going back to that, the neighborhood shit talker. Wish him a happy birthday. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who we got coming up next, but we got some dope guests coming up next. We always got some
Yeah.
dope guests. And make
Absolutely.
sure you go check out. I got this Go Bang BKX. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah, Go Bang right there, which is up on the rise.
Yeah,
If you don't know, you should know. Yeah.
It's Friday night at the Motor City Casino. Too Short.
Boom, boom, boom.
And DJ Los on the ones and twos with Awesome Dre is going down.
Yep.
This Friday night at the Motor City Casino.
Nice. Check it out.
I'm trying to find the next flyer, but I got to scroll way down. I got so much shit posted.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. Yeah, from there, I don't really have much stuck on it right now.
Let me see what we got coming up next. I know we got Dickerson coming on October 23rd. We got Cannibal coming back on the 26th. But hold on, I'm trying to see who we got coming up. I have to look on the it's not Soprano. I'm trying to think. I'll look on the calendar though. It's easier to do that. While I'm sitting here trying to scroll on Facebook and see the flyers and shit. We might not have the flyer out yet.
Yeah, we may not have the flyer yet. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, I was trying to think. We got but
I know we got to get the Soprano flyer out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got it's to be announced this Saturday night, so we're gonna see. It might be a special one. You never know. It might be something that's real hot in Detroit hip hop right now. And then after that, we got Dick Dickerson. We got Cannibal. Yeah, and Soprano. So we got some. It'll be our first certified comedian. We know Blatonio's a comedian, but it'll be our first certified comedian that's out traveling.
Yeah, for real.
Right. Yeah, it'll be dope. He's from Saginaw, Michigan, but he can hang with Detroit. He says so. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to hang with Detroit, so he's good. He's from Saginaw. Dick Dickerson. You know what I'm saying? His dad's name's Dick too and shit. So if y'all
oh yeah, no, definitely. Fryer, if you look him up, you'll be laughing your ass off because I can only imagine.
It's gonna be a funny one, dog. And y'all stay tuned because something special this Saturday night. We're gonna see. We gotta talk to a couple people, see if it's gonna happen. But this Saturday night, it might be going down. So y'all stay tuned because it'll definitely be something that's y'all. I know Detroit definitely will be tuned in. We'll probably have just 1,000 eyes from Detroit in this bitch. We're gonna break records with it. Let me just say that. But you gotta wait for the flyers to come out.
And who knows? Maybe he was surviving Ben Lopez too. Maybe I don't know.
Surviving Ben Lopez, get ready. So was it you that was surviving Ben Lopez or No Pants?
Me, I survived Ben Lopez. Yeah, I had to tell all the stories, and then my boy.
I kind of felt like Ben
Lopez decided to he decided to do it.
So Ben Lopez was a scrapper, huh? He was the scrapper at the school. He had them hands.
Oh yeah. No, he didn't have the hands. No, I ain't gonna deny that. No.
Yeah, because I heard him talking about it like, yeah, you would kill him with the cops.
And it was, just like, yeah, shit. If they got ugly with him, shit, all right, you had to check them.
Which makes sense why you would say you would thought he would be the next Cesar Chavez and shit.
Yeah, no, definitely, no. That for real, that's what I was excited, especially getting my brother on here was just showing he's gone all different routes of everything. But either way, it was never failure. That's what I mean. Doing movies, cool. I thought he was gonna be the next Cesar Chavez. Never doubted him as a rapper either. So he could have been any of those.
Yeah.
But
no, that was dope. He definitely had a lot of hip hop knowledge, and I didn't expect him to come right off with the hip hop and shit and be so into the
that's what I liked, and I think that's what I liked also about the interview, and hopefully everybody else seen that too. So
yeah, no doubt. And like I said, this is part 2. There's a part 1. So if you're just catching this, the part 2, go catch the 2 hours of the part 1. This is only 45 minutes of the part 2 because we had some technical difficulties, but we just kept it moving. We kept it going. So this happened one other time. Remember with Stretch Money, we had to restart it. We had 2 Stretch Monies because Stretch Money.
Oh yeah, we had to do that.
Similar
So
thing
yeah,
with the Stretch Money interview. It just happened. And it seems like in the winter
yep.
time, so I mean, it gets cold out here in Detroit sometimes.
Yeah, it's freezing up the power line and shit like that. Yeah.
Something's going on, though. It's been fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
what's
we
happening.
pretty much tapping out. I just want to shout out everybody, my 2 co-hosts. Shout out to Ben Lopez. You know, yeah, Jay Gutta, Brother King X. You know, shout out to Mad Butcher.
No doubt. So yeah, we gonna get out of here and shit. Fucking I was gonna hit you up real quick before we ended this. Blatonio's gone. We lost Blatonio. All right, well we gonna go ahead and end this. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure you subscribe. We got some big shit, big news, a lot of big things happening on the Hood Smokers podcast as always. See you this episode 308. See you Saturday night, yo. Peace.
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, Brother King X, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or 2, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude, and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.